Hi YouTube, and this is JTrain997, and I'm back this time with my review of the Marvel Universe Bucky. Now, I know I've really trashed this line in the past. I've said a lot of nasty things about it, but I saw the, this web, and I said, oh, they look pretty cool, and everybody's like, oh, you need to try the line. So I kept waiting and waiting for them to show up in stores. They've been online for quite some time now, and finally did find them, so I picked a handful out of the web up, and this is going to be the series' real chance to win me over with these next few reviews. You know, this is going to be the Marvel Universe's real shot to make me, you know, go back to their figures. So that being said, on to the Marvel Universe Bucky. Now, some very nice box art up here of Bucky dual-wielding both his machine guns. Of course, he does come with both of his machine guns in packaging. And, apparently the Marvel Universes have been coming with a base for a little bit now. That's always something I said would be a definite plus in me picking up the figures. Also down here you have a file in the background, which I'm assuming is this thing right here. Includes classified file with secret code. Not sure what that really does, but oh well. Down here where you normally have the shield logo, you have the hammer logo, due to the whole Dark Reign thing going on. Over here you have a picture of Bucky, and it says Series 2, number 10. Onto the back of the packaging, let's actually get that glare off the box. And it says, history remembers James Buchanan Barnes as a simple, enthusiastic kid who lucked into a partnership with legendary Captain America and shared his adventures around the world. In reality, he was every bit the soldier. Raised his entire life on a military base, he was trained to fight by Captain America. He was the super soldier's stealthy shadow, slipping in the back while his heroic partner stormed through the front lines. Of course, down here you have a look at Black Widow, Modern Thor, and Extremis Iron Man. Also currently from this line, you have a picture of Norman Osborn in his Hammer uniform, holding his mask, and he says, become an agent of Hammer at furyfiles.com. It says, go online, initiate your agent status, enter your secret codes, and unlock the Marvel Universe. Not really sure what that's about. We might be having a look at that here at the end. But that being said, glad to have this guy. Let's pull this bad boy out of the packaging. And here we have Bucky out of packaging. Now let's get a quick 360 of him. Of course, I have him holding both his machine guns. Of course, let's pull him off his base really quick. Of course, you see the base says Marvel. It says Bucky, number 10. Little big for my taste, but it's still a nice base. And hey, they're still giving him a base, period. So, definitely a plus in my opinion. So, on to Bucky. Of course, he's holding both his machine guns, although, I would have liked it if his fingers could have gone through the trigger guards. As you can see, both of them are just kind of resting in his hand. They're the exact same gun, just a black piece of plastic. Once again, some brown. Maybe I think brown would have been a better color in general. You know, overall detailing wouldn't have been bad at all in these guns. So, that's unfortunate. Now, on to Bucky. Let's actually get a quick look at detail here. Let's get him standing. Pose him and pick the camera up. Now, I want to say right off the bat, Marvel Universe's detail have gotten better, but their face sculpts are still pretty much all terrible. Now, I looked at the majority of them in the packaging before I got them, and I've got to say, I'm going to be upfront and honest, none of these face sculpts are very good. Which is disappointing because I know what Hasbro can do. I've seen their G.I. Joe face sculpts, they're all impressive, and these are crap. Now, that being said, this is actually one of the better ones out of the line. I don't think it really gets Bucky, but it's not a terrible rendition of him. Of course, there's very nice detail all down his costume, especially on the belt there. Very nice. So, panning back out. One more small complaint I had is that some of my friends invested in some of the Marvel Universe line, and the biggest problem I had is that over time their joints got unusually loose, and that's because they started loose out of packaging. This is not a flaw that's been fixed, at least with this figure. Now, while the figures aren't exactly, you know, just falling all over the place, there definitely isn't, they feel a little bit looser than normal. Now, for all I know, that's just me being a little bit paranoid, and there's no definite way to tell yet. I'm just saying right now, I'm a bit concerned. Although it does look like you can get him in some pretty decent poses with all this articulation. Maybe the base will help with that. But yeah, the articulation is actually not bad on this guy. Head is up and down, full 360 degrees. Arms go a full 360. They're a little stiff in doing the 360. Go out to here, rotate, bend at the elbow, and a joint at the glove. Of course, he spins below the waist, and there is some torso articulation, as you can see the joint back here, but the way his kind of jacket is, or chest piece is connected here. It's a little hindered. You can see it is still bending with him. Of course, down here you see the leg articulation. Legs go out to about here, are double jointed at the knee, and an ankle joint. So, pretty impressive articulation to be this small. So, let's get him back on his base really quick. And let's go on to the Fury files, or the secret files that came with this guy. And here we have the top secret files that came with Bucky. Of course, there's just a little tab up here that I am not going to be gentle in opening, apparently. Stupid piece. There we go. So, you get a little card of him. I didn't know that. On the back it says, War Department, real name James Buchanan Barnes, codename Bucky, hair red and brown, power, none, Olympic class, athlete, extensive hand-to-hand, combatant training, weapon expert, human. And there's the shield logo up there. So that's actually kind of interesting how it's like a little ID card. I kind of like that. It also came with your code for your Fury files, whatever that does. Also, you get this, which, let's see here. To General Thaddeus H. Williams from Lieutenant Commander J.A. Smith. Reply, James Buchanan Barnes. Colonel, the Barnes boy has proven more than capable. I know it's unorthodox, but I'd like your permission to bring him in for training. He's learned a lot from Captain America, but I think he can be a powerful asset in his own right. He's a talented fighter, and he's got certain moral flexibility that makes him a better fit for the certain missions than Cap. Let's face it, our super soldier won't live forever, but if we start working with him now, this boy could be a worthy heir to the shield. Let's see, down here you have it signed by him, and there's a little post-it note, and it says, Norman, I came across this memo filed in the National Archives. If my hunch is correct, we need to act quickly on this. I'll set up a briefing ASAP. Carla. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know. I guess the little post-it notes are on all the ones that are Hammer files, technically. But interesting that we got all that. Nice little bit of accessories for a figure that only came with his 2 machine guns. So that being said, I actually want to get online and figure out what this code does, so 1 second while I do that. So, bad news guys, I went to the furyfiles.com and it says, program over, the top secret shield file program has ended. So, I'm guessing that this little piece of paper is pointless now. I've looked on the internet, I've looked all over there, looks like there's absolutely nothing that could really, gives me anywhere to put this in, so pointless, I guess, but oh well. So, the unfortunate visit to the website being over, let's go on to a final thoughts on Bucky. Now, oh, he stays on his base very well if I didn't say anything about it. 2 pegs, always glad to have 2 instead of 1. I've got to say, this is nowhere near the level of crap I was expecting, honestly. I really don't think a lot of the early Marvel Universe figures were any good, but if this is the direction the line's taking, I'll definitely come back into it. Now, that's not to say the figure's perfect. Once again, the loose joints have me worried that this guy's joints are going to be pretty much, completely loose in a short amount of time, which I hope isn't the case. Once again, may just be me being paranoid. I do think the head sculpts could stand to be a bit better. This guy is probably one of the better exceptions that the head sculpt is pretty good. I don't think it would have killed Hasbro to put a little more detail in the guns. But other than that, this is a solid figure. Got a base, got a few extras, got some decent accessories. $7.50 was $8. I still think these could stand to drop a little less. G.I. Joes, which in my opinion are far, far superior figures, are only $5 right now. So I'm not saying they have to match that, but coming down to $6 wouldn't really kill them. But I'm still $7.50, not that much more. Not a terrible deal, I've got to say. So Bucky is actually a pretty solid figure. That being said, this is JTrain997. I actually like Bucky. I'll be picking up a few more of these figures, and I'll see you soon, YouTube.